When it comes to Fantasy Knockout, a part of me feels like this anime is going to be one of those hidden gem animes, as opposed to one of the animes that's heavily talked about, kind of towards the end of the year when we're talking about like all the different anime that came out. It really did something special in their respective genres. And what I mean by that is I don't see anybody really talking about this anime on Twitter or like on Reddit or even on YouTube. You know, when I think about when I post my weekly reviews for this, I don't really see a lot of other traction around it, and I don't see a lot of other videos. Now, of course, there's always going to be the people re-uploading, re-uploading full episodes. There's always going to be the people, doing reactions to the episodes. But, overall, even that population around Fantasy Knockout is kind of small. And that's a little unfortunate because I really think that Fantasy Knockout is definitely it's one of the comedy gold animes of 2022 so far. And I really think, if you were to put it into a box as far as, comedy of the year or something, I think even if we start to travel down the road, 8 months from now, or, we come down to December or January next year when we're talking, the Crunchyroll Awards or whatever the hell it's called, and we're looking at comedy of the year, I think that Fantasy Knockout really deserves to be there. So I'm really hoping that with it, I think it's going to get a English dub, I believe, here pretty soon. So I'm hoping that if it does get the English dub, I'm hoping that kind of revitalizes it a little bit too. But I'm hoping it gets a little bit more notoriety. And the reason I say that is because I've been having such a really good time with Fantasy Knockout. And every single episode I have laughed. Like, legitly laughed. Like, not like the... I've like... I've like legitly effing laughed. This episode was no different. And I'm going to be really sad to see the premiere, the elf girl. I hope that she sticks with the party. I hope that now that she has a little bit of a crush on Jinguji, I hope that she ends up sticking around because, she is the comedy, relief that we need, even though that Tachibana is already, that comedy, she produces comedy, all the time because of all her antics, but you have this elf girl being on top of that, and then they introduce Cart Guy, so we have all these different characters, but I'm really hoping that the premiere ends up sticking with the group, and I hope that she ends up sticking with Tachibana and Jinguchi, and moving forward. If she doesn't, I'll be really sad. Like, in this episode, freaking Jinguchi launched her, yeeted her into the ocean and used this poor girl as a bait. Then she has the scene where she's eating the squid and she has an epiphany and she's thinking about all the stuff that she went through, having a map and getting lost, being a self-sacrifice, getting worshipped by random people, then getting put in this specific situation to where she's going to be a sacrifice for a freaking squid. And then she's like, I'm going to eat this squid. I'm going to kill this squid. And she ends up doing it. And you're like, yes, go Premiere. Go elf girl. You kill that squid. Then she eats it. She devours this squid. And then the squid people say that, oh, this is our goddess now. You need to come and lead our village. And then she's trying to make her way out of that. Then, like I said earlier, they introduced Cart Guy, too, which is just so random. Jinguchi explodes this dude's cart. And he ends up just following him everywhere. And even at the end, when Jinguchi and Tachibana are like, don't leave me, never leave me. He's like, yo, is that a marriage proposal? I like his little bits that he has are very enjoyable as well. Overall, I think this episode was hilarious. I think it was enjoyable. I think it was eye-opening. And the last part is where I will focus on, is the eye-opening thing, to where Jinguji was a little bit baffled this episode on... although he still had, superhuman strength, he was baffled onto what the hell was going on with him, as his strength was waning. And during the episode, I didn't really correlate it to him and Tachibana being distance. I actually correlated his lack of strength, or his strength diminishing, to him constantly eating the squid. I thought, him constantly eating the squid was diminishing his strength, but it actually ended up being that Tachibana and him, their distance between them diminishes his strength, which our foes, our antagonists, are now the ones that also found out said weakness. So that's going to be a little bit disturbing moving forward. And now they know one of his weaknesses that he hasn't quite caught on to yet. So Tachibana is definitely going to be the point of contention when they come in to try and figure out who to take away. They're going to try and take Tachibana away. But overall, I thought this episode, again, was really, really good. I thought it was really enjoyable. I really like Cart Guy. I really like Premier. I love the elf girl. I love the Premier elf girl. And I like the relationship between Tachibana and Jiguchi progressing forward, as their unrequited love for each other that they won't voice continues to come to fruition. So, really enjoyed another episode. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments below. As always, I appreciate you guys being here. Join me next week for episode number 8. And my friends, see you next week.